The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
Glory to you, O Lord.
Mary Magdalene stayed outside the tomb weeping, and as she wept, she bent over into the tomb and saw two angels in white sitting there, one at the head and one at the feet, where the body of Jesus had been. And they said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping?" She said to them, "They have taken my Lord, and I don't know where they laid him." When she had said this, she turned around and saw Jesus there, but did not know it was Jesus. Jesus said to her, "Woman, why are you weeping? Whom are you looking for?" She thought it was the gardener and said to him, "Sir, if you carried him away, tell me where you laid him, and I will take him." Jesus said to her, "Mary." She turned and said to him in Hebrew, "Rabboni," which means teacher. Jesus said to her, "Stop holding on to me, for I have not yet ascended to the Father. But go to my brothers and tell them, I am going to my Father and your Father, to my God and your God." Mary went and announced to the disciples, "I have seen the Lord," and then reported what he had told her. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ. Please be seated. There was a song that came out in the 1970s, which I believe is still known by many people to this day. And that song is entitled "Lean on Me." And I remember that song, especially at this time, because I believe that the song, in a very simple way, speaks to us about the Paschal mystery. The lyrics of the song goes like this: sometimes in our life, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, then we will know that there's a tomorrow. We have just gone through Lent, a season reminding us of the pain and the sorrow that Jesus experienced. And now we are in the season of Easter, a season of hope, a season that tells us that despite the darkness, there is light, that despite the despair, there is always hope, and there is tomorrow. And then the song goes on to continue in the refrain: "Lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your strength. I'll help you carry on." And I find that refrain of the song very meaningful, especially today as we read the gospel. In our gospel, after Mary Magdalene recognized Jesus Christ, Christ told her, "Go to my brothers and tell them that I am going to my Father." In other words, he was telling them, go to them and announce that I am alive. The body is not there anymore because it was not stolen, but because I am alive. He wanted to give the disciples encouragement, especially at that time that they were full of fear, especially at that time when they were in despair, they were hopeless. They needed encouragement. And that was the responsibility given to Mary Magdalene. Encourage them. Tell them that I am alive, that I have risen again. The season of Easter and the resurrection of Easter is not only about us receiving hope, but it is also about us being given a responsibility. In the same way that Mary Magdalene was given that responsibility, we all have a responsibility to encourage everyone. And how do we do that? By telling them that Jesus is alive, that Jesus has risen, and He is truly risen in our life. And there are many, many ways that we can do that in our life. By being with a person who is experiencing some difficulty in his life, by accompanying a person who seems to be lost or confused in his faith, or by simply being with a person who has nothing at all in this life. In those ways, we can encourage them and we can tell them that truly Jesus is alive.